After seeing a few years ago, I've always wanted to dive deeper into the works of SS Rajamouli. He is such a famed director in India with such a very interesting and unique style, something that we don't see too often in the West. And I thought with Varanasi coming out in a couple of years, what a better opportunity than to finally dive into his filmography. And what better way to start than with Baahubali, The Beginning. So let's talk about this one. The Beginning, which is the first one I saw, details so much and just encapsulates so much of what I enjoy about Indian cinema at this scale. It's just so exciting. It has such a different structure and it feels like a totally unique experience, and something that I really appreciate seeing in a blockbuster space with a filmmaker who clearly has vision and wants to bring it to life and does so every single time. Baahubali, I think, starts off so interestingly with just a great coming of age tale following the titular character and recognizing that this character has something special. He's incredibly gifted, and we learn so much more about this character and who he really is as the film unfolds. There is just such a great use of visual storytelling in the first 40 minutes. I really appreciated the journey this character takes, just climbing up a waterfall. It's an extended sequence, but it is filled with just so much creativity and energy that instantly makes this an exciting film right off the bat. And what I like about both Baahubali and RRR is that these films have such an interesting structure that feels so different compared to what a Western audience would typically see. And I love seeing that. It introduces you to just a whole new form of filmmaking never before seen. He manages to craft so many genres together in a way that it's entertaining and definitely toes the line of being a parody of itself, but never ever goes past that point. Although there are a couple moments where it gets incredibly close, like a musical stripping sequence that was pretty funny, to be honest with you. But other than that, there's just so much energy and vitality to this film that just makes it so exciting from start to finish. It really is a true epic. It captures two generations surrounding this kingdom and the lineage of this bloodline that is definitely destined for something greater, that has the right morals, but is challenged by someone who is on a similar level in terms of power and their influence, but is willing to do quite a few of the wrong things to get ahead. The fact that this can combine just the biggest blockbuster fight sequences imaginable with these huge battles, and then have really well done musical sequences that both have catchy songs, excellent lyrics that mean a whole lot, beautiful imagery, a great use of a color palette. It all combines so very well to craft something that breaks a lot of the rules in cinema and shifting so many tones, genres, and performance styles that make this all a cohesive unit, something compelling, something interesting, while just hitting on every single thing that makes a magical cinematic experience. These two films didn't just put SS Rajamouli on the map, they also put famed Indian actor Prabhas on the map. He is perhaps India's biggest star in terms of an actor, and he illustrates the range he has in this role here as Baahubali. He's playing two characters in this film, and he does it so expertly. You can instantly tell the difference between the two. You are bought in to this character, the nuance of this character, and he's able to go with the tonal shifts just as well as the writing and the direction too, which you can instantly see why this made him such a big star. He's charismatic, he's funny, he manages to be gripping in the dramatic moments, he's willing to tackle a lot of the physicality included with this role, which is so challenging, and it was quite impressive to see. And intertwining this film with both the coming of age story of Baahubali with the epic scale action sequences that follow his father, a great choice in illustrating the lineage of these two, why these two are connected, and where this is all headed to in part two, which is a film that I am very excited to see where this whole story is going to conclude. Because once you get this whole coming of age journey and you understand that this character is special, You learn so much more about him in the third act with that lineage that makes me so excited to see where this is going to continue on from. The flashback itself is so very interesting. It goes for about an hour and is what ends this movie, but it does give it so much epic visual storytelling that makes it such an exciting film and not something that feels out of place. I would have preferred, though, if the flashback was put in the beginning of the film rather than the end, because I think that makes Bahubali's journey even more significant moving forward. However, I did love the scene. The sequence is so well done. It's filled with tension and so many high stakes here, as this whole kingdom is up for grabs here in terms of these two people that were raised together competing with each other to see who can kill the leader of this enemy clan, and whoever gets that can rule the kingdom. And the way that that all moves forward and progresses is very interesting and definitely makes this rivalry seem far more ruthless and makes the villainous characters all the more daunting as we move forward into chapter 2. And it all ends on just a huge bombshell, which I won't spoil for you, but it instantly got me hooked into seeing where this drama was going to continue and how this whole story was going to naturally conclude, because I love both the ties to the past of this character and where he is headed in the future, and I want to learn more, and I'm sure the second chapter is going to give me even more of that, which I'm just on board for. Some other nitpicks here and there. I think technically it can be a bit strange. It is so epic in scope, and I love the use of color and cinematography, but some of the green screen here and CGI is very choppy. There is an avalanche sequence in particular, which I thought just looked quite horrendous, if I'm being completely honest with you. But then other moments looked really great. The whole kingdom is filled with grandeur and has so much spectacle to it, alongside these massive battle sequences that are all quite a cinematic achievement and justify all the money that has been spent on this movie, making it the most expensive Indian movie at the time. Baahubali, The Beginning, is just an all-rounder. There's everything that you could possibly want here. Action, romance, musical moments, drama, comedy. It is all there, infused in just such a refreshing film that I loved seeing. I love when a movie that has a budget like this is actually interesting and has fresh ideas. And as I said, I cannot wait to see where this epic narrative is going. I know I am very late to the piece. This film came out in 2015. But man, I am a fan after seeing it. And as a score, I'm going to give Baahubali, The Beginning, a strong 4 out of 5. And I definitely recommend you check this one out when you can. And those are my thoughts towards Baahubali, The Beginning. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Remember to like and subscribe. And if you enjoy the channel, please consider becoming a member. I have many more Indian films that I would like to cover in the future, including part 2. So make sure to subscribe to see that content eventually. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.